Hello, welcome to Wake Up Well this morning, and thanks for joining us. We're going to continue to look at life after lockdown, the series that we've got going on in our preachers on Sundays and then all throughout the week as well. And today I'm going to be looking at 2 Corinthians verses 3, just the first 6 verses of that chapter. And this is Paul. He's writing to the Corinthians for the second time. Well, for the third time, but a letter got lost, and so we've only got 2 in the Bible. But he's talking to the Corinthians because he set up the church in Corinth, and it went okay. There were a lot of issues, and now they've become a little bit more self-sufficient, and they've come back to him saying, actually, Paul, how do we know that you're any good? What is your letter of recommendation to us that we can trust you? And Paul's not very happy about this. So shall we see how he responds? Are we beginning to commend ourselves again? Or do we need, like some people, letters of recommendation to you or from you? You yourselves are our letter, written on our hearts, known and read by everybody. You show that you are a letter from Christ, the result of our ministry, written not with ink, but with the Spirit of the living God, not on tablets of stone, but on tablets of human hearts. Such confidence as this is ours through Christ before God. Not that we are competent in ourselves to claim anything for ourselves, but our competence comes from God. He has made us competent as ministers of a new covenant, not of the letter, but of the Spirit. For the letter kills, but the Spirit gives life. And so, essentially, his main argument here is, it's not that I don't need a letter of recommendation, but look around you, it's you. Look around you, everything that you see and the way that you guys are acting and the way that you guys love God is testament to God's work within my life in order to prove me competent to minister to you. And I think often in our lives we need to show that we're good at things and we need to show our competencies. So you can't drive a car without a driving license. Maybe you need certain A-level certificates to be able to get into the university you want. We need these letters of recommendation to show our quality in life. But in the kingdom, that's slightly different. And maybe after the last year of lockdown, we've got quite good at showing our competencies. So maybe we're on Zoom quite a lot of the time, and we're quite good at dressing from the waist up, like we know what we're doing. But actually, underneath, everyone knows that we're wearing our snuggliest trousers. And the self-sufficiency that we see is because I think for a lot of us, when you've been cut off and isolated for a while, you start to rely on yourself. You start to sometimes convince yourself that if you can prove to others that you're really great at what you do, or you're a really great person, then they'll believe it and that will become true and we'll become really great people. And that's how the world thinks. Actually, how God thinks is a little bit different. And I think God here, like Paul is saying, that God enables us to be ministers of this new covenant. That is our calling in our life. We're called to show God's glory to other people through the way that we live and through who we are. And that's not because any of us are qualified. He makes that really, really clear. It's not us. It's all God. We are completely broken people. We are not perfect. We can't rely on ourselves to be great or to convince people that we're great, and maybe then we'll start to believe it too. But actually, we're not perfect people, but we've found perfection. As Christians, we're not meant to be all together. Here's my license to be a Christian. Here's my license to prove it to other people that I'm okay. But actually, we witness to other people how great God is by showing it through our actions. It's not written with ink, but it's written with the Spirit of the living God on our lives. We're not perfect, but within us is someone who is. When we believe and love God, we have that perfection dwelling within us. And again, that doesn't mean that we become sorted and then we're ready to go. It's not that waiting until we're good enough. But actually, it's going now in our brokenness and letting God shine through that. Looking at the perfection that is God and the opposite of that is us. And letting that witness to other people. And the only way we can do that, Paul says, is through the Spirit. The Spirit is the one that gives life. The Spirit is the one that qualifies us for this. So as you go around today, maybe you're on your Zoom meetings, maybe you're seeing people in person at the moment. As you go through your day, remember that it's not that we are perfect, but we've found one who is. Okay, guys, have a great day. See you soon.